We all have to make a presentation at some stage, and one aspect that many of us don't like is being asked questions. Somebody asks a question and bang, you've lost your place, your train of thought, your thread. Lots of people ask questions and bang, you've lost control of what was supposed to be your presentation. But the great thing about people asking questions is that it shows that they're engaging with you and with the subject of your presentation. So here are 6 Ds to help you to manage questions effectively. Firstly, let's look at the 2 preparatory Ds, desire and designate. Express your desire to welcome questions. Use phrases such as, I'm looking forward to your questions, or I'd welcome your questions, rather than if you have any questions. This will help to encourage people to ask good, sensible questions, questions that should allow you to help them to understand and follow your thinking. Be clear about when you like questions. You can ask people to ask questions during the presentation, or you can ask them to save them until the end. There are pros and cons of each depending on the situation, and we're not going to go into them here. But clarity about when people should ask questions will free them up to pay more attention to you and to your message. Now let's look at the 4 Ds of reacting to questions. D1, deal with it. Answer the question. Briefly. Don't waffle or go off on a tangent. If the answer is just yes, just say yes. Honestly, don't tell porky pies, and don't be economical with the truth. And when you've finished, check with the person who asked the question whether you've satisfactorily answered it for them. This will ensure that you have. It will give everyone else confidence in your answer and your knowledge of the topic, and it will give people confidence to ask questions of their own. D2, delay it. If you're going to be answering that question later in your presentation and you already plan to do so, say so. If you feel that the question is one that the rest of the audience don't want or need to hear about, then offer to take it offline. Finally, if it's a real stinker of a question and you just don't know the answer, fess up. If you try to bluff, you'll break the honesty clause of D1. D3, deflect it. If there is somebody present who's better armed to handle that question than you are, then pass the ball to them. Note that the suggested wording puts their name first. You want Jane paying attention before you throw her the fastball of asking her to answer a question. If there's somebody who's not present who's the fount of all knowledge on that particular topic, then pass the ball to them. Don't feel you have to try and answer it. If you think it's appropriate, you can deflect the question either A, back to the person who asked it, or B, to the rest of the audience. This is particularly useful as it gets the audience engaging with you and the topic. D, decline it. Your presentation has a purpose. Well, at least it should have. And you have a level of authority, so you can be firm and polite and simply inform the person asking the question that they should perhaps speak to you later, or speak to a named person to get an answer. So there you have it. Show the audience that you desire their questions, designate a time for them to ask them, and when questions come, be fearless about dealing with them, delaying them, deferring them, or declining them.